My name is Megan. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about Cuba. So we will be making a Cuban sandwich, very simple, of just a few ingredients. And there is one thing that you should do now before you start your making of the sandwich. So right now I want you to start the oven at 350 degrees. That way when your sandwich is all ready to be put into the oven, it's already heated up for you and you don't have to worry about it. For a basic Cuban sandwich, you need 6 ingredients. You can always add more, but these are the 6 basic things you need for a Cuban sandwich. So the first thing is going to be a hoagie bun. You can use any kind. I just use white plain. You'll need ham. I use uncured ham, pulled pork, Swiss cheese, and sliced pickles. You can use other kinds of pickles if you want, but I use the sliced ones this way because I think they are a little bit easier to use. And our last thing that you will need is mustard. Again, you can use whatever kind of mustard that you want. I prefer honey mustard, so that's just the kind that I use. And you will not use this until the very end, so just keep this off to the side. Okay, so for a while you might not be able to see me, just so that you can get the full view of what's going on with the food. So you might just see below my neck for now, but in a little bit I will put back onto my face, so don't worry. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do with your hoagies is open them up like that. So you have your 2 open hoagies. So the next thing that I'm going to take is our pulled pork. So you can do this with a fork if you want. I'm just going to use my hands since I did wash them beforehand. So you just line the whole thing. You can use as much or as little as you would like, and just line your entire sandwich like that. So you can see it's nice and filled up, right? And if there are some pieces that aren't completely covered, that is okay, because pulled pork isn't, like our ham, where we can cover the whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit from this one to put back over here. So if you're making 2, you can always just kind of eyeball it, see where you want to go. So there's our pulled pork, done. Okay, our next thing we're gonna put on is our ham, okay? So I like to just have it folded in half and then just go down the line. Again, you can use as much ham as you would like. And I will show you all the brands that I use, just in case you want to use the same brands. It's not necessary. If you want to use different ones that you like more, that's okay. So we're just lining it. You can see how I lined mine up a little bit. I'll show a better one. So they're all in half and just lined up along the side. So, and it's okay. If they rip, that's not a big deal. They will still taste just the same in the sandwich. Okay, and we had a little bit of extra, so you can just put those back if you want to. I put 4 on each sandwich, so there are 4 little pieces on each side. Next up will be the Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese is typical for Cuban sandwiches. But if you would rather use a different cheese, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want. Swiss cheese is my favorite though. All right, and there we go. So there's our Swiss cheese on, super easy. And our last ingredient is the pickles. Oh, and you saw, don't do what I just did with the pickles. Okay, so now you just take each pickle. Here, I'll show how I kind of placed I kind of put the cheese off to the side. And now you can just put the pickles on. I put them on diagonally. And I'll show you what this looks like from the top, from the side, so you can kind of see how it looks when it's all finished. Okay, so your oven should be preheated to 350 degrees by now. So I have both of them on it's a cookie sheet and covered with aluminum foil. Again, aluminum foil is optional. I usually just put it down so there's less cleanup after. So we're gonna put this in the oven. Please use 2 hands when you do this at home. Now, at 350 degrees, you're going to set a timer for 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, you will take them out and they will be almost ready to eat. While our Cuban sandwiches are in the oven, we're gonna learn a couple things about Cuba. So if you didn't know already, Cuba is very close to Florida. So it's right off the coast from Florida. So if you ever are in Florida, chances are, in the South, you'll meet some Cuban Americans there. The official language in Cuba is Spanish. So today we are going to learn a couple Spanish words that we used in our sandwich. So the first word that we're going to learn is bread. So the Spanish word for bread is pan. So hopefully I can put it right over here, pan. The second ingredient we used was pork. So in Spanish, the word for pork is the same as pig. So cerdo, cerdo. The third word is ham, which in Spanish is jamón, jamón. So if you noticed, jamón starts with the letter J, but in Spanish, the letter J sounds like an H. Okay, our fourth word is cheese. So this word, I bet all of you have seen or at least heard before. Cheese is queso, queso. So another reason, or another different word that you might have heard at a Mexican restaurant is quesadilla. So the quesadilla has cheese and a tortilla. So queso, tortilla, quesadilla. So if you're ever wondering why it's called a quesadilla, there you go. It's a mixture between the two words queso and tortilla. And our fifth word, we're almost there, is pickles. So the Spanish word for pickles is pepinillo. Sounds kind of a long one. So pepinillo comes from the word pepino, which is cucumber. So pickles are made from cucumbers, pepino, pepinillo. Our final word is mustard. So the Spanish word for mustard is mostaza, mostaza. Okay, it's ready to be taken out now. So you can turn off your oven. And there it is. So make sure that you get out some, what are these called? Oven mitts. Oven mitts to take it out. I'm not gonna video it because I don't want to burn myself. Okay, I just took them out of the oven. You can see the cheese is all melted and they are ready to go. But if you remember, we still have one more ingredient to put on. Okay, so our last ingredient is the mustard. So you can put on as much or as little as you like. All right, here they are all finished. Most of them are just Hy-Vee brand. So for the mustard, Hy-Vee honey mustard, Hy-Vee kosher dill sandwich length slices, uncured Oscar Mayer ham, brown berry subs, and the pulled pork I used was Curly's sauceless pulled pork. And the Swiss cheese was also from Hy-Vee, but I already threw the package away.